I feel like after around Thanksgiving, I kind of started slipping into some of my old bad habits and I let things go way too long without keeping on top of them. And I was determined to complete the house, do a whole house reset before the new year, so I wasn't starting off 2024 with a mess. Up until December, I had been doing really good on keeping on top of the household chores, but just with all of the last minute shopping, wrapping, baking, cooking, and then I ended up getting sick at Christmas and for a couple of days after, it all just kind of fell back a little. So I wanted to just start with putting things away. That was the majority of the mess, was all items that had just not been dealt with and just put again on the flat surfaces. And you'll see here, I'm still having a hard time getting used to not putting things into piles. I've always just been a pile maker, I guess, and I sometimes, if I don't know what to do with the item, I'll just put it in a pile. So I'm really trying pretty hard to break that bad habit. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Jen, and 2023 was the year that I finally, once and for all, was able to get my house completely decluttered. Even though it's an ongoing process, it's something that I'll be doing for the rest of my life. Now it is so much more manageable than it used to be. If this had been a previous year, the house would have been a lot worse than it is now. Even with the Christmas decorations, I really wanted to get those all taken down and put away before January 1st because I just wanted to start off the new year fresh. And honestly, because I hadn't put out so much stuff this year, it was so much easier to manage putting it all away. In the past, it would take me 2 or 3 days to put it all up, and then it would take me another couple of days to get everything put away. You're going to see in a little while what my previous section that I have the Christmas items in the basement used to look like, and then what it looks like this year after I was done putting everything away. I was even able to get rid of a few more items than I had originally planned on. And it was really important for me to get the Christmas tree down. In the years past, we would leave it up until about New Year's, but again, I just wanted everything back to normal in the house, and it really felt so nice just getting everything cleaned and put back together. And I realized just even having the Christmas decorations out this year kind of stressed me out a little bit. Even though I like them, they look really pretty for a little while, but after a couple of weeks, I was ready for them to go. So we do get a real Christmas tree, and I just wanted to take down all of the ornaments first, then the lights, and then you're going to see this bag that I had got. We've had wanted to get it in years past, but I always forgot to actually pick one up when I bought the Christmas tree. This bag right here, it's kind of like a large trash bag, and it's supposed to prevent some of the needles from falling through the house as you're bringing the tree out, and it did work for that. Unfortunately, I had not been very good about watering the tree this year. I think I had gone like almost 2 weeks before watering it, so a lot more needles dropped than should have. If I had been good about it, it probably wouldn't have lost so many needles. But this definitely did help when bringing the tree outside with all of the needles that would have dropped throughout the house that I'm usually finding months later. So if you do get a real tree and are thinking about getting one of those bags, I would highly recommend them. I hope you also had a great Christmas and New Year's. We actually had a really nice Christmas this year, even though I worked Christmas Day. Because the kids are older, we were able to celebrate on Christmas Eve, which was a new tradition for us. So it was just myself, my husband, and our 3 kids. We just watched movies, played some different games, and ate a really nice meal for dinner. I also did a nice meal for breakfast, and it was just a really chill day. We all spent the day in our pajamas. So it was, I think, a new tradition that we're going to do if I am working Christmas Day. It was so funny because both my younger kids saw me cleaning the house and they were both like, I want to clean my room. That's why I'm running into the room. If you see with trash, it's because my middle son is cleaning his room and he always brings the trash can in the room with him. So they both wanted to get their rooms cleaned as well, which was nice to see.
I got this boy on my mind that I can't live without. Oh, his eyes are killing me. And he keeps talking about everything that he likes, and I can't stop listening. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the time. I'm thinking about him all the
I also just wanted to say really quickly that I had got this Dyson on Black Friday. Ours, thankfully, I guess, broke on Black Friday because it actually made me look for a new one. And I am very happy with it. It is amazing. It's lightweight. It works really well. We don't really have a lot of carpet in the house anyways. We only have area rugs. So it really is a perfect fit for us. And it just, the suction on it is amazing. And I do truly love this vacuum.
Say yeah, 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 yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, when it's dark. I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want, if you want. I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter. That it's real, cause I can get him out of my head. I don't care what we do, everything's feeling new. Even if we stay in bed, my heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. You know I want him, nah, 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 nah. My heart is saying yeah, 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 yeah. I told him I can be a fighter.
I was thinking about hiring a professional to come and do like a really deep clean of the couches. We've had these couches for many years. They've lasted us a long time and they're still in really good shape, I think. But the cushions don't come off. So even like vacuuming in between is something that I do, and I do it on a semi-regular basis. But to get like a really good deep clean, I was thinking about if it was worth it to hire someone. So if anyone has done that, I would really love to hear your thoughts on that. And this is the living room, completely done, back to having the furniture the way that we like it, and just having everything back where it goes, giving us a little bit more space. I also found myself starting to slowly pile some things again on the kitchen table, which is a habit that I had broke several months ago, but over December I kind of started letting it happen again. So I really wanted to get stuff off the table so we can still enjoy our meals together as a family. Unfortunately, the computer does stay there because it's the only place I have right now to put a computer. I'm hoping once we switch bedrooms, I'll be able to put a small desk and use the computer in the bedroom instead of on the kitchen table. But we don't have any type of office space. One of my issues is baskets. Sometimes if I have a basket, I just kind of throw things in it, not always paying attention to exactly what's going in it. So if I don't go through it on a regular basis, I find that they can just get overloaded with junk. So I really have to be intentional. And this one I try to just keep on the kitchen table for fruit, but again, over the holidays, it just kind of got, everything else got tossed in there.
Watch me under the light, so keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night. You can call it what you want, I got something else in mind. Oh, if it's you I've been waiting for, I better make you worth my time. So don't you pay them any mind, close your eyes, follow the sound.
And here the kitchen is, nice and clean and ready to start the new year with. It really just felt so nice to finally get it done and not have to look at all the Christmas decorations anymore. This is definitely one of the areas that I have to do a couple of times a day, but over Christmas time, on top of that shoe organizer is where I kept all of the cookies that I had made in their containers. So definitely like a lot of crumbs and stuff accumulated. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what to do with this space. We've recently repainted it, and now I just have to find a new coat organizer to hang on the wall and maybe something else for organization in this space, but I'm still trying to figure that out. So once I do, I will put that up as well. And I'm still looking for some new window coverings. I don't know if I want to do curtains or blinds or exactly what I want to do yet, but I do want to get rid of the old ones that are up there now. So if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them. And this was some of the bakeware that I had used for, again, the holidays. So I just had to put that away in the basement. We had some soda cans that there was only a couple left in each, but they had just been piled up there. And then in those bags was just a couple of Christmas decorations that I decided I didn't want anymore. So I just wanted to kind of pile those up there until I was ready to put them into the donation pile that I have on my porch. And the one box that you'll see there has a new mail organizer that I'm going to try out. I've said it in previous videos, we used to have like 3 or 4 big piles of mail all of the time on the kitchen counter. I finally have figured out a way to stop that from happening, but the mail organizer that I'm currently using, I've kind of stopped loving it. It worked for a little while, it got me into some better habits, but now I want to try something different. So once I have the time to do that, I will take that out. I'm just leaving it there so I don't forget about it. Something that I would really love to do is we have a porch coming into the house, but it's not a 4 season. I would love to close it off and make that the entryway where everyone takes off their shoes so we don't even have to deal with the mess coming into the house. But here it is anyways, at least it's clean. And once I figure out some better organization, I think it'll look a lot better. Okay, so if you've watched any of my previous videos about my basement, you'll know that I had gotten into prepping in 2020, and it took me almost a full year to finally get my basement back under control. But the month of December, I really neglected it because one, I think I had PTSD. So here's that area I was telling you about for Christmas decorations, and here's what I got it to look like afterwards. A lot cleaner, and I had gotten rid of a lot of stuff this season. But back to the basement is I really just wanted to spend some time away from my basement in December. I didn't want to have to worry about cleaning it or organizing it. And this is what happens when I neglect it. So I just had to come down here before it got really out of control again. It really wasn't as bad as it looks. Some of these bags here were just items that I just hadn't put away yet, and I had to just deal with that. And then some of the other stuff was just stuff that belonged elsewhere in the house. Like we had some stuff for the pet, which I keep in another closet. And my son had his big laundry basket down there. Since he started doing his own laundry, he thought he could just leave it down there and get it out of his room. But I put it back up in his room until he has the time to actually do his laundry. It can stay in his room. So again, I just wanted to go through, take stuff out of the bags, put everything away where it belongs, and that was half the battle. And then the rest was just doing some laundry, cleaning off the top of the washer and dryer, getting that all nice and neat and back to being clean so I could just function a lot better in that space. So really that's what I did on this day. I had to learn the hard way that there's a fine line between being a prepper and being a hoarder, because obviously during the pandemic, I let my shopping get out of control and I let fear kind of rule what I bought. So I have gotten rid of so much stuff out of this room. I've donated a ton of food to the food pantries and to family. I had to throw a lot of things away. So now it's about just managing what I bring in, which is a lot less than what I used to. But I still like to have a backstock of items. I don't like to have to worry about going to the grocery store all the time. Like if I can have a couple of each thing that we use on a regular basis, I'm happy with that. But also I think it is important to be prepared for short-term emergencies or kind of like natural disasters, anything like that that could happen. I do want to be prepared for those situations so we're not in trouble if something like that were to happen, like short term. But now it's just a matter of figuring out the best way to manage it all and organize it without having to spend all of my time doing so. I really think the most important thing is to learn the skills that you need to survive in those situations. This trash here, I really don't even use. It's mostly the two kids that have rooms in the basement that use this trash can, and obviously they're not very good about emptying it. So the only thing I really use it for is like the lint from the dryer and then the occasional item here and there. But for the most part, it's what they use when they're down there. And I need to get them better with taking it out before it gets so full. And this is just a quick pile of things that have to go upstairs. That jar, all those jars there, I actually emptied out and washed, and they are now in the closet. That's a bag of trash, the clothes basket for my son, that tray table that we donated, and the bench that you see is something actually that my son built in school, so I'm going to put that back into his room. This is an area where we like to keep some of the snacks. I really don't buy a lot of snacks anymore, especially compared to what we used to buy. So I like to just try to keep this tidied a little bit. And some of the stuff I had bought over the holidays, like the Oreo cookies, I actually bought to make a recipe and I didn't end up making that recipe. So now I just have them and eventually we'll go through them. But I really have stopped buying a lot of the snacks that we used to all the time. Actually, in January, I'm doing a no buy month. I'm only going to be purchasing items that we need to for groceries, paying our bills, obviously mortgage, things like that. But I am not buying anything at all that we don't need to buy. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a few days in, and so far I'm doing really good. I just wanted to try to break the habit of like jumping on Amazon and buying things whenever I want to. I really just want to try to break that habit and become more intentional. 2023, I got really good with our finances for the first time, and we were able to pay off a lot of debt, school loans, save some money, and that was really the first time ever that I've gotten so good, and I'm super proud of that. But now I just need to continue for this year, and I'm starting it off with a no buy January. These couple of things in that basket were seriously nothing that we actually used, a blanket that none of us like, and an old coat of my husband. So I decided to finally just put them in the trash instead of them taking up half of that basket. I don't know about you, but I actually love doing laundry. Like I could just do laundry all day and I would enjoy it for some reason. I've always been like that. I used to struggle with putting laundry away. I would have like tons of baskets filled with clean clothes because I would always wash it, never put it away. But now I finally got to a point where I put it away and I really just enjoy laundry for some reason. My kids are doing their own now and it kind of makes me sad. But I wanted to show you, we had gotten this new washer and dryer last year and it has this basically a spot in there that you can just preload your detergent, and if you use a softener or anything like that, you can preload it in there. And for months I didn't use it because I was scared it wasn't going to put the right amount of detergent in or whatever. But I've actually been using it now for a couple of months and I absolutely love it. It's one less step that you have to do when you're doing laundry. You can just put it in there, fill it up however often it needs to be filled up. It's usually lasts several weeks, and you can actually program the machine to do a low, medium, or large amount of detergent in each load, which I think is great. So I just wanted to show you, if you do have something like that in your machine, give it a try if you haven't already, because I absolutely love it. And again, just wanted to come up and kind of clean off all the old stuff that was accumulating on top of the washer and dryer, get the dust off, and just get it cleaned up a little bit. I would love to get something that goes over the washer and dryer. Like I've seen a lot of people, I think it's like a countertop or something that they put on top of it, but I'm kind of scared that the weight of that wouldn't be enough because I don't have anything on either side to support it. So let me know if you have something like that that just sits on top of your washer and dryer, because I don't know sometimes if I'm supposed to even put anything on the top of it. I don't want it to get scratched up or damage it in any way. So let me know if you have something like that on top of yours. So last year I had hired a professional organizer to come in and help me with the basement once I was at like a place where I knew that I couldn't get any more done without some help. And we had 8 hours together. She was amazing. She truly helped me really with, like, she kind of changed my mindset about the way that things were done. But there's still a couple of areas that we weren't able to get done in the time that we had. So I have to try to figure out something else. So one of those areas is this one basket here. I kind of tend to have like extra sheets and table runners, things like that, that we're not using all of the time. I don't really have another place for them. So I'm going to try to come up with a better solution. I kind of think if we switch rooms, that I'll have room in my new closet in the bedroom for like a small bin of these items. But I'm not really sure yet if that's going to work out. So I'm just trying to always come up with new ideas of way to organize because this is something that drives me crazy, but I don't really have another spot for it at this time. So hopefully in the future, I will have a better place to put these things. And here it is, all put back together. At least again, I can walk through the floors. Everything is clean and dusted. And there's just a couple of small areas that I still need to work on. My husband needs to figure out what he's going to do with all of those tools and how to organize them. But for the most part, I'm happy. It is put back together. And now when I start off the new year, it is going to be clean and a lot more organized for a great 2024. See you next time. Bye.